Hey you, today I'm learning three new words or two new words in one phrase: gnaw, litter, and a hair slower. Let's start with gnaw. I would read it gnaw, but it's gnaw. Okay, so the word gnaw is a verb that primarily refers to the action of biting or chewing on something with the teeth, especially persistently. This word can be applied in both literal and metaphorical contexts, offering a rich palette of uses in everyday language and various domains, including programming. Let's explore the two most commonly used meanings of gnaw, and I will read the definition again. The word gnaw is a verb that primarily refers to the action of biting or chewing on something with teeth, especially persistently. Okay, and there are these two colorful images with this squirrel that is captured or the toothbrush. Okay, for literal meaning, we have a whimsical scene of mischievous beaver. Oh, it's a beaver equipped with a pixelated helmet. Where is this helmet? Where is the helmet? Okay, and a glowing toothbrush diligently gnawing away at a giant glowing block of wood. This block is humorously depicted as an obstacle in a video game, complete with decreasing health points to highlight the beaver's persistent effort. Well, I think that ChatGPT didn't understand what's going on in the picture well, but okay, the second picture that I see is this kind of like candy ball that probably it gnaws those cables. And what is this? Is it a rainbow, or I don't know. Okay. Meaning one, literal meaning: to bite or chew on persistently. Examples in programming and regular life. Programming. A developer might say, trying to find the bug in this code is like letting a problem gnaw at me. I can't stop thinking about it, and I can't stop thinking about it until it's solved. Here, gnaw is used metaphorically to describe the persistent effort and mental chewing over a problem. A problem gnaw at me. I'm not sure that this is the right meaning of that. Okay, regular life. The dog won't stop gnawing on his new toy. This is a get, but like a problem gnaw at me. He's been at it for hours. Yes, this can be true. Very weird. This is a direct application describing a dog persistently biting at its toy. Okay. Regular life. I could hear the mice gnaw at the walls during the night, looking for a way into the pantry. Again, a direct use where gnaw describes the action of mice persistently chewing on obstacles. Synonyms: chew. Like gnaw, chew refers to the act of biting and grinding with the teeth, while chew is generally used in a broader context like chewing food. Gnaw implies a more persistent, often damaging action. Nibble. Nibble is a lighter, more delicate form of gnaw. I would probably save this. It suggests small, gentle bites or eats, often without the persistent, potentially damaging connotation of gnaw. I've probably encountered this already. I'm thinking that it was in France. Meaning two, metaphorical meaning, to cause persistent distress or worry. And there you go. There is this picture of, I probably would want to, of this programmer that has his one, like in his left hand, a laptop, which looks like a MacBook. In his right hand, there is this two-edged knife, a sword, and a lot of ghosts that are all around him, and those trees and the shadows. And I like actually the coloring. It reminds me of a Hollow Knight scheme. For the metaphorical meaning, there is an image of a character representing a programmer in a dark. For the metaphorical meaning, there is an image of a character representing a programmer in a dark digital forest. Digital forest. That's interesting. Those trees, they don't look to me like digital trees. But anyways, ghostly figures labeled bugs and memory leaks are depicted slowly creeping towards him as he tries to fend them off with a glowing laptop shield. This is the shield. This scene humorously captures the persistent gnawing problems faced by programmers, visualized in a vibrant and cartoonish style. Yes. Examples in programming and regular life. Programming. The memory leak issue has been gnawing at me. It's a subtle problem that threatens the stability of the entire application. Here, gnaw metaphorically describes the nagging worry. Nagging? And this is the new word, save. Worry caused by a technical problem. Regular life. The thought of the upcoming exam has been gnawing at her. So gnaw, it's like at. Something is gnawing at me, gnawing at her, making it hard to focus on anything else. This happens all the time. This uses, or I thought this uses, I think ChatGPT made a mistake, but this uses gnaw. This uses gnaw to describe how worry persistently affects one's mental state. Regular life. He let guilt gnaw at him for days after lying to his friend. In this case, gnaw illustrates how guilt can persistently affect someone's emotions. Okay, there are two synonyms that I asked ChatGPT to find for us. One is torment. Let's see where is to put. I like this guy actually. Torment.
Hindley Earnshaw and Edgar Linton both
Torment.
when he fight
Torment.
Spirits. Demonic spirits to afflict us, to torment us, to affect us.
To torment us. Healing. Well. Torment. Okay, torment. It is. Torment. Similar to metaphorical use of gnaw, torment describes the infliction of severe mental or physical suffering. While gnaw implies a slow, persistent process, torment can be more intense and immediate. Infliction. I like this word. Save. Trouble. This synonym shares the idea of causing distress or concern. Trouble is a broader term that can apply to any source of concern, whereas gnaw specifically conveys a persistent, nagging nature of worry. Okay, let's get to the word number 2, litter. The word litter has two primary meanings that are widely used today. Okay, meaning number 1, waste or trash scattered in area. Okay, and there is this warrior or sorcerer with the broomstick, that is green, and there is this trash can and bacteria, or I think this is waste or trash. For the concept of litter as waste scattered in an area, I created, it's just ChatGPT, I guess. I created an image where a heroic figure armed with cleaning tools combats personified litter in a lush park, turning the act of cleaning into an adventurous quest. What? Wait a minute. This scene brings a fun twist to the environmental message of keeping our spaces clean. Okay, examples in programming and regular life. Programming, when developers talk about cleaning up litter in the code, when developers talk about cleaning up litter in the code, they refer to removing unnecessary or redundant code fragments that clutter the project, making it harder to maintain. For the concept of litter as waste scattered in an area, I created an image where a heroic figure armed with cleaning tools combats personified litter in a lush park, turning the act of cleaning into an adventurous quest. This scene brings a fun twist to the environmental message of keeping our spaces clean. Examples. When developers talk about cleaning up litter in the code, they refer to removing unnecessary or redundant code fragments that clutter the project, making it harder to maintain. Yes, this is actually a good application of the word, because there is in a living project, there is always litter in the code. And to be able to refer to that with using one word, I think it's a great capability. Regular life. Please pick up the litter before we leave in the park. We should leave it cleaner than we found it. Okay, great approach. Cities often impose fines for littering to keep public spaces clean and welcoming. Okay, during the beach cleanup event, volunteers collected several bags full of litter that had washed ashore. Synonyms: rubbish, okay, refers to waste material. It's a more common term in British English. Okay, like litter, rubbish can denote trash scattered in public spaces, but it is also used for waste in general, including household waste. Okay, debris usually refers to remnants or pieces of something destroyed or broken, while litter can be anything discarded improperly. Debris implies something left after an event, like a storm, accident, or demolition. What's demolition? Let's save it. Both can be scattered and require cleaning. Okay. Meaning 2. A group of young animals born to an animal at the same time. What's that? Here's last code direct. Okay, I don't think that it is. Well, let's see. For the meaning related to a group of young animals, the illustration features a secret level inside a cozy den filled with baby animals of various species, all equipped with tiny armor and playful weapons. They're preparing for a cute battle of playfulness. Blending elements of adventure with the adorableness of the animal litter in a fantasy setting. I don't brood or clutch. Okay, it's not important. The next thing I want to learn today is the phrase "a hair slower." Is quite visual and descriptive, used in various contexts to indicate a very small or slight difference in speed or process. It's a colloquial expression that can be applied broadly from everyday life scenarios to specialized fields, including programming. Let's dive into the 2 most commonly used meanings of a hair slower and explore its nuances through examples, synonyms, and comparisons. Meaning 1, slightly slower in speed or efficiency. This meaning is straightforward, implying that something or someone is marginally. I like this, marginally. Okay, this is not good. Marginally. Okay, save. Or someone is marginally slower than something else, often to a degree that's barely noticeable. And here are 2 cars, and I bet one of them is a hair slower. Okay, and this scene is very intense. This is a race that produces like this is a very intense race. The first image captures the moment in a racing game where two cars cross the finish line with one just a hair slower than the other. The scene is filled with excitement, showcasing the tiny difference in their speeds. Examples in programming: when comparing two algorithms, you might say algorithm A is a hair slower than algorithm B, but it uses significantly less memory. Okay, so this one is a hair slower than this one, but it uses significantly less some other resource. In regular life, when two people are racing on foot and one finishes barely behind the other, a spectator might comment, you were just a hair slower than him. In a gaming context, while playing a racing video game, one car might cross the finish line just moments before another, leading a player to say, I was a hair slower than you, I almost had it. Okay, synonym is marginally slower. This synonym is more formal and might be used in academic or technical discussions, while a hair slower conveys a casual tone. Marginally slower is precise and suggests a measured slight difference, slightly slower. Similar to a hair slower, this phrase indicates a small difference in speed. It's versatile, fitting both casual conversation and more formal contexts, slightly slower. The difference lies in the degree of informality, with slightly slower being slightly more a hair more formal than being slightly more formal than a hair slower, meaning to a small degree less advanced or developed. Oh, I like this picture. Here, a hair slower metaphorically describes progress or development that's slightly less advanced than another's, not necessarily related to speed. Okay. I like this picture a lot. Those two men are looking at corresponding treasure chests, and the lighting is very pleasant, and it seems like they are adventurous. Okay. This image depicts two adventurers in a dungeon. One slightly ahead in unlocking a treasure, while the other, a hair slower in progress, has an aha moment with a map. This illustrates a small lag in progress or understanding, yet both are on the verge of discovery. Examples. In programming, when discussing two software development teams' progress, you might say Team A is a hair slower in adopting the new framework, but they are catching up. They are a hair slower than the Team 2. In regular life, observing two children learning to read, a teacher might note, she's a hair slower in picking up new words than her classmate. Oh, picking up, it's learning. Okay, but she's very thorough. In a gaming context, comparing two players' progress in a strategy game, one might observe your empire's expansion is a hair slower, but your defenses are stronger. Synonyms: slightly behind. This synonym implies a small degree of lag or delay in progress or development, similar to a hair slower. Slightly behind. This synonym implies a small degree of lag or delay in progress or development, similar to a hair slower. The main difference is that slightly behind explicitly suggests a comparison with a standard or another entity. Comparison. Okay. A bit behind. Informal and similar in meaning to synonym number 2, a bit behind. It's an informal and similar in meaning to a hair slower. This phrase suggests a small degree of being less advanced or developed. A bit behind is more colloquial and might be used in less formal contexts compared to slightly behind. Okay, and this was a hair slower, a hair shorter, a hair, and so on, a hair smarter, a hair brighter, a hair taller, a hair whatever. So I went through 3 things today, 2 words in 1 phrase: gnaw, litter, and hair slower. Gnaw is kind of like chewing slowly something or someone. Litter is about garbage or waste. It can be both literal, I think human produced waste, or metaphorical, or some like other objects like code. And the third one is a hair slower. It's about this little tiny difference in something. So hair something, hair slower, hair farther, faster. It's like there is this little tiny marginal thing difference between 2 characteristics. That's it.